In the previous video, we had seen and explored the data set. We had done head, tail, structure, summary, and we had tried to access the individual column and many other things, getting the row names, column names, dim names, dimension of the data set, and all these things we had done. In this particular video, we will progress and we will see the categorical variable. Because we have completed already step 3, I'm not going to repeat step 3 in this particular video. We'll be directly going to the step 4 in this video. So as a part of step 4, what are we going to do? So this is our categorical analysis step. So as I had already told you, there is one column in the data, iris data. The name of the column is species. So, and I had already told you there are 3 values for species column. So now we'll be going to use a function called as a table. Okay, we will be using the function called as a table of data dollar column name, right? This function will count how many observations belong to each species, right? Why we do this, right? So there are 2 different or 2 perspectives from which we can do, or we can get to know why the table is being used. It basically confirms that species is a column, right? So that's why species has groups, we expect. So second is it helps us to understand whether the data is balanced. So actually we know the data is balanced because the species is a categorical column, and each species, the categorical column has 3 values and each value is repeated 50 times, right? So the balance means equal counts per category. So this is what we are going to confirm in this step. So let me add a code block here. So we have the column called as species. So data, let me first check how the species column look like. Data dollar species is a column, right? Let me check the values in data dollar species column. These are all the values of the species column. If I want to know how many times these individual values of this species has been repeated, like visually I can see setosa is one value in the species column, versicolor is the second value, and the virginica is the third value. These are the only 3 value apparently I can see in this particular data set as the value for the species column. If I want to count how many times these values are repeated in this particular column, I can take a help of the table of, right, data dollar species. So this should give me the different values for that particular column and how many times each of these values are repeated. So there are 3 distinct values for this particular column. No other values you can see in this particular species column, and each values have been repeated 50 times. That means this assumption, equal counts per category, is confirmed. So then after confirming this, and anyhow this species column is a categorical, finally I can analyze using class of, right, data dollar species gives us, it is a factor means categorical. I can start the next step as the basic visualization that we will see in the next video. Thank you.